Hello everyone, I am Afj0L HUSSAIN, student of MSc Management, University of Hertfordshire. My student ID is 21076712 and my research topic is: do we need legislation to ensure that business organizations follow or use social business models? A case study on Amazon Fresh UK. In the next slide, here shows research aim. I will explain my research aim. The research aim to investigate the legalization regarding the social business model which organization need to follow in the UK. Research objectives are to understand the socially aware models and there is investigate integration into the business practices of modern times. To evaluate the various impact of legislation is evaluating the procedure regarding the information of tradition business into social aware business organization. To carry out the case study on Amazon Fresh UK, criticizing its activity following its business model concerning social business models. The research questions are: what are the socially aware model and their integration into the business practice of modern times? What are the various impact of legislation in electing the procedure regarding the transformation of tradition business into socially aware business organization? What are activities of Amazon Fresh UK following its business model to turn it into social business model? In this slide, I will explain on the background of my topic. Socially responsible business models are the model of a profit organization that operate the business not only for profit but also for sustainable economic, social and environmental perspective of the society. This type of business models are unnecessary in the current world as it helps to reduce the negative impact on the environment and society, while providing different positive effects. Social responsibility in a business company is related to ethical labor practices, inclusiveness, taking eco-friendly measures, charity and others. It also helps to increase the moral of the ethical consideration to the company. In this slide, here shows importance of research objective to the sector. The research objectives are important as they help to understand in the government of the UK needs to legislation to ensure that business firm follow the social business models. The study will also analyze how to legislation influences the company's perspective of adapting on the social business model. This study will use Amazon Fresh to understand the action, procedures and influencer in adopting the social business of the company to understand the effect of legislation in this context. Now I need to explain beneficiaries of conclusion and recommendation. The beneficiary of the research study is mainly lawmakers and employers. Lawmakers will be able to take data-driven decision to implement social business model. By the companies, the employers will be aware of their necessity and the responsibility as well as the advantage of adopting a social aware model. The next slide, I'll explain evidence of good data collection and good use of the data. The study was conducted according to ethical consideration. The secondary data with public access has been used in this study, and the writer also provides credit or proper references so that no ethical balance occurs. While using the data, the researcher also considered the appropriateness of the data and the data sources. To identify the reliable to credible data sources, the researcher has used the CREP method and the references currency time of the data set, if the data set is up to date, or relevance, if the topic of the data is related to the or research. In the data source is accurate purpose for which purpose the article of the data set has been published, if it is for study research purpose or any others. This slide shows evidence of good data collection and good uses of the data. I want to explain why the data sources are valid. The data sources are valid because all the data sources are current and up to date. All of the data are from 2014 to 2023. The data sources are related to the topic of the research, like socially our business models, impact of legislation, and others. The data are produced for the purpose of study or research and published in a credible website, book, or journal. Information provided in the data source is peer reviewed and thus accurate. The writer have a great academic knowledge about the writing piece, and by utilizing the sources, we can meet the objective of our research properly. Now, how did I source the data sources? To find valid data sources, I have searched different reliable or credible websites like Google, Scholar, PubMed, and researched using different keywords including socially aware models, the impact of legislation on Amazon Fresh UK case study, and others. In this slide shows evidence of good data collection and good uses of the data. This study a literature and practice review of develop sustainable business model, type in a systemic review that was published in prominent journal. This study promoting more socially responsible corporation through as a corporate law regularity framework critically analyzes the correlation between CSR with related legal legislation. The corporate law of different countries and their impact has been analyzed in the study. A pragmatic approach has been used in the study, the development of responsible and sustainable business practice, the impact of organizational green culture and corporate social responsibility on employees. Here I will explain findings and data analysis. Research philosophy is the procedures of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting the data for the research purpose. Pragmatism state the knowledge is changeable with time, and according to the research philosophy, the researcher can use different methods of research to meet the objective of the research and answer the research question. A different method of data collection has been used in the study meet the objective, including case studies, online research, article journals, and others. The study used secondary data source first for conducting the study. As a qualitative data method are subjective and open-ended. They can provide a rich understanding related of the necessity to business model for the organization. Here shows my first objective, understanding the socially aware models and their integration into the business practice of modern times. The study is a systematic literature review, develop a sustainable model in business model. According to the study, the business model is a design or tool that can be used in the business for analysis, operation, and the management and the processes. And the sustainable business consider three bottom lines approaches. The socially aware models need to encourage and reduction in consumption. The system is built in collaboration rather than competition with others. Now I want to discuss my second objective, evaluation of the various impact of legislation in aligning the procedure regarding the transformation of traditional business into socially aware business organization. As, CSR refers to corporate social responsibility and was once considered as a noble oblig as there were no widely accepted definition for social. The goal of social is to achieve goals that are socially, economically, and environmentally sustainable. Different countries have adopted the CSR law, and there is a company law 2016 in the UK corporate and success. By adopting CSR law, it can generate a 17% increase in productivity. Now I will explain my third objective, to carry out a case study on Amazon Fresh UK criticizing its activity following its business model concerning social business model. Well, Amazon Fresh UK has 4 principles related to CSR, including consulting on customer consideration, passion, sustainability, and operational excellence. In 2022, the company has reduced 7% of carbon intensity. The company has supported 14,000 women and invested £1 billion for frontline workers. And here are also some references, and I explain this side. In this slide, I will explain the critical evaluation. CSR, or corporate social responsibility, is one of the external tasks of any organization that helps the organization to meet the needs of their stakeholders and impact positively on society, the economy, and the environment. While analyzing the major obstacle to implementing CSR, it has been found that there are no clear or proper regulation of implementing CSR, and again there is a positive correlation between legalization and implement society. For the reason, the government needs to implement much clear legislation related to CSR to accelerate the development of society. The next slide is the conclusion. Corporate social responsibility is necessary to fulfill by companies as it provide different opportunity to both companies and society. By implement corporate social responsibility, sustainable social, economic, and environmental goals can be achieved, as well as part of a voluntary activity. While the legislation can accelerate the implementation of CSR. In the next slide shows the recommendation. There is a contradiction whether adopting social responsibility is a voluntary task or not, and for that reason, implementing appropriate legislation is necessary to accelerate social, economic, and environmental development. Amazon Fresh UK has taken different steps to make eco-friendly steps. It also arranged a training session for the people to make more positive changes. In this slide, here shows the critical reflection. I will explain this slide. In this research, I have used a quality-based method, and I did not develop an algorithm to measure in the effectiveness of legalization in adapting social business. By the it would have been better if any algorithm was developed to measure the effectiveness and legalization. The study can generate better results. Have explored a lot of research paper, articles, and journal, as it would be helpful to greater necessity insight in addition. Now finally, here you can see all of my references. That's all. I hope this presentation was informative, and again thank you all, and thank you my module leader.